Hello, fight fans. Saturday, May 4th, Cinco de Mayo weekend is getting closer, and Canelo Alvarez will take on Daniel Jacobs for the Undisputed Middleweight Championship of the world. That's right, the WBA, WBC, and IBF belts will all be on the line when two of the best middleweights in the world square off only on DAZN. Now, you would think that you would get the best refs and the best judges for these kinds of world championship events. That hasn't always been the case in the past. Some of the worst decisions we've ever seen, Evander Holyfield versus Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis landed over 100 punches more than Evander Holyfield, rocked him several times, was called a draw. Joe Louis versus Jersey Joe Walcott, after Jersey Joe Walcott had knocked Joe Louis down twice, battered him for the entire fight, and the decision was given to Louis. Walcott said that Joe Louis just walked up to and whispered in his ear, "I'm sorry, Joe." And recently, in 2012, when Manny Pacquiao fought Timothy Bradley, Manny Pacquiao outlanded Timothy Bradley in 10 out of 12 rounds, outlanded him on the CompuBox by close to 100 punches, lost on the scorecards, and what Timothy Bradley had to say to that when he was questioned is, "I'll have to watch the fight for myself." That's not a good sign when the fighter whose hand is being raised cannot justify the fact that his hand's being raised. We have another situation like that, though, in boxing recently, and it involved Canelo Alvarez. The first and second fight were actually controversial. The first one was very controversial because you can see you had Dave Moretti having it 115, 113 for Gennady Golovkin, in line with a lot of the press people in the crowd. 114 by Don Trella. Not thought to be a very good judge, not one that most would want judging their championship fight. And then you had the creme de la creme. Maybe the worst judge that we have seen in a very, very long time. 53 people judged this. Only 3 were official. 50 from the press at cage side, at ringside, were judging this fight. All 50 scored this fight for Gennady Golovkin, and Adelaide Byrd somehow scored this fight 118 to 110. So there's no way that she would be coming anywhere near this fight, you would assume. If I'm correct, well, Daniel Jacobs is not very happy right now because the new NSAC pool came out of judges, and Adelaide Byrd is one of the judges that could possibly judge this fight. Now you're saying, Mike, maybe they have to put all the judges out there, that are licensed. But Adelaide Byrd isn't really judging fights after that, right? She after such a horrible decision where she scored that fight 118 to 110 in September of 2017, she's not really been judging fights, has she? Well, 5 weeks after that, she did judge another fight. And actually, since that first Triple G Canelo Alvarez fight that she scored so horribly, she has scored 42 fights 42 fights, which all took place in Las Vegas or Reno in Nevada. So the bird brain is very much alive and very much in the pool to be a part of this. And Daniel Jacobs was asked what he thought of that. And of course, he rightfully so, he is very upset. He said, it's definitely something that plays in the back of my mind. Jacobs said, don't let it manifest. Just one of those things where I know that if I do what I have to do, which I totally see 100% possible, then there's going to be no doubt. And then if I knock Canelo Alvarez out, to some people, it'll be a miracle. But I'm not foreign to these things anyways. So what he's saying basically is, I know there's a good shot that I'm going to need a knockout. He said, I'm looking forward to getting an honest chance. I said, I've had my opportunity to think about it. I was presented with a pool of judges that they gave us, and I thought it was laughable at first. There was definitely one that was automatically out once we got the list. But, I expressed to my team what I felt, and not only the judges, but the options of referees we have. This judge, Adelaide Byrd, was so bad in the Canelo Alvarez versus Triple G fight that even Oscar De La Hoya said that it was a robbery. And Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, that's Canelo Alvarez's promoter. That's his manager. That's his guy. That's his everything. And even he criticized the decision of Adelaide Byrd. Jacobs went on to, he will have some say in the judges that are there and the referees that are there. So him and his team and Canelo and his team will be able to go before the Nevada State Athletic Commission and give their proposed list of judges that they would like to see there. The Nevada State Athletic Commission could override them. Canelo Alvarez, he could pick Adelaide Byrd as one of his judges. It would make sense. He says, I'm looking forward, this is Daniel Jacobs, I'm just looking forward to getting an honest chance. That's really all I want, just a true honest chance. I don't want any advantage. I don't want any favoritism towards me. I just want a fair chance to go in there and fight the fight they consider to be the best in the middleweight division and prove myself. But I don't want any influence outside the ring to manipulate the decision or what happens inside there. Well, I'm afraid you might be out of luck, Daniel Jacobs, because you might get the bird brain herself in there. How in the world is this lady still judging? Can anybody tell me? Guys, do you find this just as shocking as I do, or is this just par for the course now for boxing? It's just this ridiculous, dramatic, crooked sport that we all love and cherish, and for some reason we put up with these ridiculous decisions and clown judges. Let me know what you think down there in the comments down below. So maybe you think I'm being absolutely ridiculous. Let me know I'm being ridiculous down there. Please like this. If you're new here, please subscribe to Fights with Friends. We'd love to have you in the family. Make sure you ring that bell so you're notified whenever I post the new video or go live. And as always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses later.